let's see if we can get through to Correctional Services. As I mentioned, Jacob Zuma wants to attend his brother Michael's funeral tomorrow. He's asked Correctional Services for compassionate leave. His brother's funeral, of course, taking place in the morning. And for more on this, I'm joined by Singabakho Nxumalo, Correctional Services spokesperson. Mr. Nxumalo, thank you so much for joining us. Has the department granted Jacob Zuma leave to attend his brother's funeral?
A very good evening, and thank you for having us. What we're able to confirm at this stage is that an application by the former president, Mr. Jacob Zuma, has been made, and we are considering it. Once a decision has been taken, we'll therefore make an announcement. Right now, that application is before us. It is being considered as in line with Section 44(1)(a) of the Correctional Services Act.
All right, so the funeral's tomorrow. Is the decision going to come through this evening?
A decision will be made at the right time. If that application is to be approved, it will have to factor in the traveling time and arriving at an hour which has been specified, but only if it is approved. So as a department, we are attending to it, and we have to be alive to the date and the times that have been reflected in that particular application brought by Mr. Zuma.
All right. So in terms of Section 44(1)(a), what are the rules for being granted permission to attend a funeral?
That section deals about an inmate temporarily leaving a correctional facility. And it is very clear to say that such is a privilege that must be earned. But then an inmate will have to then apply to say, I'm making this application to leave a facility temporarily because of the following reason. So in this particular case, Mr. Zuma has made an application to attend to family bereavement, so it is on compassionate grounds. Hence, then the application is for compassionate leave. Then we'll have to then consider it, look into in his risk profile in terms of the classification, also his sentence, and then also other variables that we need to consider. After that, the decision will have to be made, but it's a decision that must be fair to the inmate and also to the Correctional Services system.
All right, fair enough. All right, so you hopefully will get a decision soon so that he will be able to attend, or at least know whether he can attend. I want to speak to you briefly about the vaccination of prisoners, which got underway fully for all age groups yesterday. We know that the former president has not been vaccinated. Can you tell us whether he has received a vaccination in prison?
What has happened is that when the former president came to our facility, he had indicated that he was yet to be vaccinated, and upon assessment, everything was explained to him, not just his health care, but also even other special needs that he indicated that we'll need to respond to. So as a department, we had to then take him through what else besides just a vaccination in terms of responding to the health care conditions that he presented to us. So as a department, we do not force inmates to take any vaccine. We do not force inmates even to take any particular medication, but inmates do have a right to be afforded the same quality of health care that every human being is ought to be provided for in the Republic. So as things are, the vaccination program is progressing very well in the 90 sites that have been approved by the Department of Health within our centers. So at the right time, if the former president agrees to take the vaccine, he will take the jab, but he has not indicated any issues or maybe being reluctant to take the vaccine. It's a matter of such being presented to him and whether he will take it or not.
All right. So what you're saying, that they haven't got round to escort yet. It's still to be offered to him if he wants it.
Yeah, we are going through various centers, and once we are at Escort, then he will have to make a decision whether to take the vaccine or not.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time this evening. So there you have it. That was Singabakho Nxumalo, Correctional Services spokesperson, saying a decision has not yet actually been made, or certainly not been communicated, on whether the former president will be granted leave from Escort Correctional Facility to attend his brother's funeral tomorrow, but they will make that decision either way in good time ahead of that funeral, explaining to us that, of course, when you make a decision, you look at the risk profile of the patient and the sentence that they are facing, and to make sure that it is a fair decision. So that decision is going to have to be made fairly speedily to make the funeral tomorrow. Still ahead.